What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is Thursday. We are what time is it? About 9:30 in the morning. We're at the Blue Ridge rest stop, truck stop here in north of Hazleton, Pennsylvania. Heading straight up 81 to get into New York to drop the Chevy off. Bed all set up from last night. It was a little cold out here. Stuff's really hard, so you just got to do what you got to do sometimes. But anyways, we're headed north. We are picking up. This is off the load board. We're picking up two to go to back to town from Johnson City, New York. So we found one to come up, which truck pays about $2 a mile, which I'm happy about. Hopefully there's not a lot of background noise here. There's everybody and their mother. Well, every inmate and their mother's out here weed whacking the side of the road. So I'm gonna go ahead and get back on the road here and try to make it home at a decent time. Got some stuff to do tonight as far as birthday dinner and whatnot, so see if we can make it home by 5 or 6. Alright, before I let you guys go here, if any of you guys who watch this actually run hotshot freight and aren't just looking to get into the business and are semi-local to Pennsylvania, give me a shout. I'm going to be purchasing a freight trailer here very soon, as you saw in the last video I was talking about. I'm not sure which trailer yet, but I want to get some contacts in the freight world. You guys that have too much work, or they're running 40-foot CDL and they need some non-CDL work or whatever. I have a contract I'm getting ready to sign, actually, with a I don't know if I want to give out too much information. They're tractors and they're green, so that's about as far as we'll go for you. So hopefully we can get that squared away, and the new trailer will definitely come in handy for that. So again, I thank everybody for watching the last video. I take everybody's suggestions on which trailer to get and really start thinking things over. I get married here in at this point, about a month and a half when I'll put this video out. So not going to spend any big money until after that, get all that stuff squared away. But I am definitely looking to purchase a trailer, as I just sold my 25-foot, what I started with, hotshot trailer. So that being said, I'm going to get back in the truck here, and I got another driver backing in, so it's going to get loud. I get back in the truck here, and we're only about 60 miles from our first drop. About 220 miles in today. Today should be about 500 miles, and it's only 9:30, so we're making really good time. I wanted to stop here and get some breakfast. Trying to take Toe Piglet's advice on how he eats on the road. I definitely know what you're talking about, man. As soon as you drink a cup of coffee or two, you're so hungry, like you gotta stop right away. And as you saw, I was eating a double egg, double sausage sandwich, and I also have a little salad in the truck. I'm going to try to eat and try to keep that for most of my meal for today. See how that works for me. I kind of a breakfast, small lunch, and then small dinner type of guy. I'm going to see if we can get that changed around, make it a little easier to eat out here on the road. Alright, well, we're talking about auctions. So I'm at State Line Auction in Waverly, New York, which is right on the border of New York and Pennsylvania. So I'm out here walking. The guy's like, oh yeah, it should be in the sold lot here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. I'll go look for it. Start looking for it, and I don't really see the car. Lady pulls up, says, you need help? I'm like, yeah, I can't find this car. She's like, okay. Gets on her phone, finds a location for it. She says, I'll just pull it to the gate for you. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Now, that is the type of service that I like. Alright guys, hope you enjoy the view of my steering wheel. It's actually minimized. If you set it here in the instrument cluster, it actually minimizes the vibration you see. Alright, so the real point of this video, we're going to be talking about pros and cons of each auction or lot to pick up at. We're going to go over Mannheims. We're going to go over like private auto auctions. So you'll see them all around. Like the one I picked up yesterday was a private auction. We're going to talk about Coparts. We're going to talk about IAAs. We're going to talk about Mecum. So we're going to kind of cover the pros and cons. So when you book a load, or when you're trying to book a load, and you ask, where is this picking up at? You know your hours of operation of when you need to be there to pick up. You know how much time to expect to be there to get 1 or 10 vehicles. Hold on, phone call. But I'm actually headed to Mannheim now, so I need to answer this phone call, and we'll get back at it here in a second. All right, that was the old lady. You can't not answer that phone call. So, and take what I say like with a grain of salt at the fact that each location is different. Okay, because I've been to good whatever location, Copart, Mannheim, and I've been to terrible ones, as you guys have seen. I'll tell you which ones I hate. So, we'll just start with Mannheim since we're going there today. Mannheim is open for pickup from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. So it gives you this wide range for guys like me, or, you know, guys like you if you're out there hauling. It gives you better options for picking up vehicles. The 8 to 5, the 9 to 5, sometimes in our schedules is very tough. Depending on if you're out on the road for weeks at a time, your schedule is going to be, you know, you may drive till 4 in the morning, so you can't start moving till 2, and, you know, whatever. So, Mannheim's pretty straightforward. You get your gate pass. Whoever you're picking the vehicle up for, whether it's a broker or a customer, sends you the gate pass. You can print it out at home, or print it out in your truck if you have a wireless printer, or they actually have places there for you to print out. You download an app for the printer and you just print it out real quick. So with Mannheim, if you're there during regular business hours, it's great because shuttles are running quick. There's, you know, they shuttle you to your car. You walk through the gate at said location, you wait there where the shuttles arrive, and they pick people up, you know, in big vans, 15 passenger vans, pick up a couple people at a time, and you'll have your lot location, and they'll, you know, I'm at 809 today, so I say lot 809, well, what are you looking for? Black Chevy crew cab or whatever, and they'll take you right to it, which is great. It's nice. You don't have to walk. I like walking if it's a close location, like Mannheim and PA. I know my lots because I've been there so many times. I don't mind walking. The sold lot New Jersey, I don't mind walking because I'm usually there after business hours. So if you're there during business hours, pro is they take you right to your car via shuttle. After hours, they still have some shuttles, but it's not as frequent. And, you know, everybody out there that's hauling is usually like you too, so if they're there after hours, there may not be enough shuttles for, you know, you may be waiting for a little while. Let's see, let's go to cons of Mannheim. Mannheim, Pennsylvania is the largest auto auction. I think I've said this before, I think in the world. So the size of the lot is massive. Con could be you're going to be waiting for a little while to get out of the lot. Like, they line you up, they scan your gate pass and your ID, and during busy times, there's sometimes 15, 20 cars in line, and sometimes you pull right up and you're right out. So you just got to expect a little bit of time, especially if you're loading multiple vehicles. Sometimes you can't park close enough to the exit gate. You gotta do a little walking, which for me, like I said, is no big deal. I like picking up at Mannheim. They have great business hours. The wait time and the shuttles, depending on your location. Mannheim in Baltimore's terrible. Whatever. Mannheim in New Jersey is excellent. Mannheim in Pennsylvania is good. I went to Mannheim and somewhere in Ohio. Maybe if I figure it out, I'll put it in the video. But they didn't even have a shuttle. So it was, I think it was like a Friday, and they had a couple people quit, and then other people were getting too close to going over 40 hours, and they wouldn't pay overtime. So that was a fiasco. So let's move on from Mannheim. Let's go to Mecum. Mecum Auto Auction. Do you know what it is? They sell classic and collector cars. I pick up there, as you've seen in previous videos, a Grand National, the Land Rover. Before I was vlogging, I had picked up a Corvette from there. Things like that. They're your high-end cars. Guys pay a lot of money for these vehicles, so they want them to be transported with care, and they're clean as a whistle. So I don't like picking up on the open trailer there unless I'm going straight to the customer and it's a sunny day, and obviously he's okay with it. Like my collector that I deal with all the time, he's perfectly fine with open transport because it's going right to his warehouse, it's getting detailed, it's getting a car cover put on it. Mecum's great. They're very, very organized. So the auction, they travel the country, rent these building spaces to hold their auctions in and store their cars. So they have set number of days to sell, do the auction, and either get their cars picked up that are sold, or they have their own transporters that come and take the cars to the next location. So when I picked up in Harrisburg, they were rushing cars out. So they want to get you in and out quick because they got to get cars out because they got to go. They were going to Monterey for Car Week to hold an auction. So Mecum's great. I can't say enough about like the process there, gate pass. It's more on a personal level. You just, all I do is tell them, hey, I'm so-and-so picking up for so-and-so. Okay, great. He called, said you were the transporter. Car will lead you to your car. Hop on the golf cart. So Mecum's great. I'm going to pause and I'll be right back. I have a text message I need to respond to. Hopefully getting a little help here to move some cars. Alright, we're going to move on. Since we're doing the whole auction thing now, we did Mannheim, we did Mecum. We're going to do your mom and pop auto auction. Where I'm from, we have Mason-Dixon Auto Auction. I was at State Line Auto Auction in Waverly, Pennsylvania, or Waverly, New York yesterday. It's right on the border of New York and Pennsylvania. Yesterday my experience was great. They went and actually found my vehicle for me, as you'll probably see in the beginning of this video. They brought it to me, which was awesome. Can't be, I'm so thankful for that. I've never been there before. Don't know their lot locations. They went and found it, brought it to me. Great service. But usually the organization is not as well as a major Mannheim or whatnot. The organization can be a little off, which it is what it is sometimes. You have to expect to spend a little more time there than you would, I would say, at a Mannheim. So I don't really have much to talk about those, but we're going to go with the whole auto auction, like pickup in general. If the car starts if the car has a good battery, it's great. You drive the car out, you drive it on your trailer. There's no bull crap of which we'll get to here with the next section. There's no bull crap of if it's drivable or not. 99% of the cars that they sell have to drive across the auction block, so you know it runs enough to get onto your trailer, which is great. Love that. If I can load it like that, awesome. So we're going to move on to the salvage auctions, your Copart, your IAAs. Pros of Copart: they load the car for you no matter what. Don't have to worry. They go find the car, they bring it out to you in the lot. There's no walking around, there's no trying to find the vehicle. It's great. Same thing with IAA, they do the same for you. Now with that being said, it's a salvage auction. Most of my buyers buy cars that they run. They just have the frame twist, whatever, it was totaled, which is nice. Or it's an older car, so the front end collision totaled it. So most of my customers' cars run. Now if they don't run, most of my customers have the means of getting it off your trailer. The auction puts it on there, but you need a way to get it off. Say the front end's destroyed, the car won't roll. How are you going to get it off? Most of my customers have forklifts, bobcats, whatever, skid loader, whatever, to get it off the trailer, which is nice. But you have to be careful with that if it's a new customer. I've had customers where I pick up a, hold on, 581 in Pennsylvania is terrible. Anyways, I've had customers where I haven't worked with them before. Broker calls, can you move his car for me? Yeah, sure, I'm going that way. Anyways, picks up at Copart, drops off at this location. Questions you want to ask is it a business? No, it's a residence. 99 out of 100 people are not going to have a forklift at their house to unload this vehicle if it doesn't roll or steer or whatever. You got to be careful with that. You just want to make sure they have the means of unloading it. So I like Copart as the fact, and IAA for the fact that they bring the car to you. There's no bull crap of trying to find it. Cons of those are not being able to get it unloaded and storage fees. That's the way these auctions really make their money. They sell a car, you have 3 business days to get it off the lot, or they start charging storage. So say a broker calls you and says, hey, can you move this car? I've got there before and the storage was $150, $200, $300. If I've never worked with you before, I'm not going to pay your storage. I'm not a bank, I don't loan out money. Well, I'll pay you when you get here. Yeah, you're right, you will, but you can still hop online and get this paid for me. So that's the cons of it. So you really just need to, once you get out here, you'll get to the point where you know how much time you're going to need at each location to better yourself on scheduling for drop-offs and whatnot. It's all a learning experience. You know, take what I say with a grain of salt, because each location is going to be different. But it just gives you the fact that, you know, your Mannheims, your Meekums, your like America's Auto Auction, your mom and pop auto auctions, cars drive across the block, so cars run and drive, easy pickup. Copart, easy pickup, easy drop off. Copart, IAA, salvage auctions, it's easy pickup, but the drop off might not be as easy, so you need to plan for that. You need to plan if the car doesn't run or roll, steer, move at all, and you need to make sure once it's on your trailer, you're going to be able to deliver it straight through. It's not like I do with some cars where I stage them at the house. I pick them up and then I stage them at the house to go deliver. I don't have, which is coming soon, hopefully, like a forklift at my house. I can load and unload my own cars, or hopefully have a lot here within a year where I can do said loading and unloading when I make runs to each location. But with that being said, I'm gonna show you guys. So this weekend we have a lot of maintenance to do on truck 3. Levi's coming over. We're gonna get that. We gotta get a wheel bearing in it, a mirror. I don't know if we're changing oil this weekend. We're gonna look it over, go over a federal DOT inspection sheet and look at everything and make sure everything's up to par. Whatever needs to be replaced, he's gonna go ahead and order, and we'll probably be working on it next week when the parts come in. I need to rotate the tires on the trailer this weekend. I'm gonna re-grease the bearings. I'm gonna put a toolbox. I don't know if I talked about it on here. I talked about putting a toolbox on this trailer, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the bed of my truck because I had a guy contact me about moving a couple of truck beds, and I'm gonna take my 20-foot car trailer, so I want to make sure all my straps are with the truck, not stuck with the trailer. So I'm gonna get the toolbox put in, and then I'll show you guys some of that stuff. But I had a question the other day of what software I use for billing, and I'm gonna kind of show you guys. It's what I use. It's steps of 3. So if a car comes off of Central, it goes from Central to Super Dispatch to QuickBooks. And I'll show you how that works. That'll be a separate video. And I'll show you if it's a direct customer, how it goes from Super Dispatch to QuickBooks. But that's for the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going into Mannheim here. I'm going to get this car, 3 cars picked up, 2 with me, 1 with a buddy. And hopefully get these cars delivered. I need to get the truck washed. That's on the agenda for today. Well, no, just kidding. That's tomorrow. We're going to the dirt track tonight, and we're taking the truck. So I'm not gonna wash it to go watch late models run. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe, the like, drop a comment on what you guys want to see after this video, the next video of the software I use, and can't see me. And we'll go from there. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.